Now, a few weeks ago, I got the chance to reach out and connect with the Exodus trading card game, and you guys have seen references and things like that across these videos. I do want to say that we're finally going to get that opening up that everybody wants. So probably this weekend, I'm going to sit down. We have a lot of cool things to show off. Of course, like this video if you want to see that. Of course, we're on Rainbow Robbie, but we do have a couple of really cool starter decks. We're going to get the chance to show off. When I saw this stuff at Gen Con, the thing that generally popped and just drew my attention in was just the generalized art style. This game looks so cool for what it is. We have a couple of stray packs. I'm definitely sure at some point I'm going to do a giveaway for some of this stuff too. I definitely don't want to open it all up. I do want to give a few people a chance to kind of reach out and get some cool stuff. But this right here, look at this art. Look how cool this is. I'm going to leave a link down below for Exodus. That way you guys can check it out a little bit, kind of get your feet a little bit wet. And I'm not going to open these up now, but this is, I believe these are some promos and stuff. But look at the art. Hold on, zoom. Zoom, baby, zoom. Look at the art. Look how cool this stuff looks. And like I said, I'll leave a link down below for Exodus. I definitely think that the stuff is really cool. And just the whole concept and the theory, the fact that rarity actually matters. You think you could have something completely max rarity in your deck, but some card effects need you to have the common version of a card. Let that sink in. Imagine that in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! That'd be crazy. Well, guys, check out Exodus down below in the description, and let's dig on into that fantastic discussion with Rainbow Robbie, shall we? Exodus. Really cool poster. We have a couple more posters I need to show off at some point. Alright, let's dig into this bad boy. Now, I don't know who out there lives underneath a rock, and I don't know why you're under a rock, but for some really strange reason, this whole week I've been hearing, oh, Thunder Dragons are going to fail. What in the hell did I miss? So we need to go back to the beginning, origins of this discussion. And I don't know if people on the internet are genuinely trolling to kind of lure other people in on these troll posts. But I'm going to be completely honest with you. I don't think the deck is going to fail. And this is going to be partially tied in with OCG discussion with Thunder Dragons. And a lot of kind of what we're going through here as opposed to things. So first off, we have 3 copies of Gold Sarcophagus. For those of you that kind of forgot, Gold Sarco got relimited in the OCG, which kind of makes things suck. So the whole Thunder Dragon deck revolves around a simple little concept that we like to call banishing cards to create inherent value. What happens when you strip away that inherent advantage engine? Well, the deck just kind of falls on its own 2 feet, and you kind of just, you cry as a Thunder Dragon player. So limiting of Gold Sword kind of checked the deck. But before Konami made this decision to limit the card, the deck was showing up in decent strides when it first came out. I mean, you won a couple of tournaments, and then something kind of happened. The deck kind of started falling to the wayside. And it wasn't because of, just Sky Strike or Altergeist. It was a combination of multiple things. So when you look at Thunder Dragons as a whole of a deck, they are a combo-based deck. I think people need to understand when you are playing this, you are engaging in a deck that does need 2-card, 3-card combos to set up. And going first or second It kind of depends. Also, I've seen really cute boards that you could generate with Super Bolt, trying to stop your opponent from searching and engaging with their deck. That was cute. Alright, it was cute for its time, but the resilience kind of started to fail. Your opponent isn't always going to be searching their deck. And for the time that the metagame was, Super Bolt, well, the dragon itself, it was good, but it was like you're countering 50% of the meta. When your meta is Sky Striker and Altergeist, you've kind of got to understand that, like, sure, your best matchup is going to be Sky Striker, alright? The pure reason why this deck actually was doing decent was, shit. Sky Striker can't effectively out their stuff. All of the big monsters all have this really annoying clause that says, oh no, I can just remove 2 things from the graveyard to prevent its destruction. Now, that doesn't stop Widow Anchor from taking it, but how consistent was that Widow Anchor going to be? How often was I going to have to deal with that anchor? And I mean, if your opponent doesn't have the anchor, they don't have the anchor, but you're not going to be in a good position whether or not they have the anchor or not. So, just kind of 2 cents there that, unfortunately, Widow Anchor did beat the deck. Now, on the flip side of that equation, in the OCG, there was Altergeist. And you know what Altergeist loved doing? Bouncing your shit for free. I don't know how many people have just inherently lost to the meanness that is Altergeist, but Protocol, Siliguidos, I mean, the deck doesn't really have anything against that protection, at least not to my knowledge. I mean, you can do some cute stuff, but I mean, a Siliguidos a day keeps the Thunder Dragon away. Like, when you have these 2 decks kind of going head to head, like, your best matchup is this, well, the other matchup checks you, so which means Altergeist kind of starts growing. Now, Multi-Faker and company was a really big problem for the deck, just for the cutesy things that it can do for trying to stall it out. I mean, the deck is very explosive, and when it goes, but you're just kind of like, well, what do I do? Well, the other thing that this deck really has to deal with here in the TCG that it didn't have to deal with so much in the OCG was Goki. And I'll be honest with you, when I look at Goki now compared to back way when, the deck's just the Gumblar loop now. I mean, all the Thunder Dragons have a means to trigger some ability when they're sent to the graveyard. So if you get Gumblar, you're not going to be in a totally shit position. You'll be able to do something. And I think the deck's got one of the best recoveries that it has, especially even the danger matchup. But not every one of your effects is going to be good, and not every one of your Thunder Dragons is going to be self-replacing. Especially if you get U-linked out of the game. I mean, you can't produce a fusion monster, which is a little bit of your victory conditions, which means, well, you're going to be in a bad position. So I still think that Goki's going to be an incredibly interesting matchup for the deck. Just at terms between the 3, Sky Striker and Widow Anchor versus built-in protection is still one thing, but you've got things to understand. Now, which brings me to my point here. People are talking about Thunder Dragons being this deck for some reason that isn't going to succeed. And the reason I could see people talking about it not succeeding for some reason is, one, they're worried about some sort of consistency barrier between the current big 3 and the TCG. We're also walking into the potential for danger, but that'll be a topic for another video here. But you've got a deck that wants to rely on remove from game and graveyard. And the big 3, yes, you do have a decent matchup against potentially 2 of the 3 being Goki and Sky Striker. But consistency and price are keeping these players from running to touch this. I also think people think that by saying that the deck's going to be bad, they can pick up the cards cheaper. I don't know what kind of mentality this player base has, but it seems to be one of the ones that kind of adapts across all forms of life. But my point is, the deck very much can sit at the table. Altergeist have kind of fallen to the wayside. I mean, it was kind of the one deck that I almost feel like you were really worried about. And if that's the case, you should be able to beat True Draco. You should be able to beat, the other rogue decks sitting at the table, Mech Knight, Sky Striker should not be a problem for you. Like the bottom tier of the meta, you should be able to come in and just cleave off, and you should just be able to handle the other 3 decks that are a threat to you. Now, the other thing that I don't think Thunder Dragons ever had to really deal with in the OCG that gets to sit here at the dinner table is Trickstar. Now, being able to get Reincarnation to trigger all of your effects is pretty good. Like, I think the deck inherently has a very good Trickstar matchup. It really does. But Droll and Lockbird is a pain in the ass. I don't know how well you'll be able to OTK getting Reincarnation Drolled. It's not going to happen consistently. Don't get me wrong. Like, it's not how life works, but people need to understand that that slight variance is there. And unfortunately, because that slight variance does exist, you can have a bad time. So take it with a grain of salt. We'll have to kind of wait and see how things shape up. But I think Trickstar is going to be one of the scarier things for the deck. So like I said, I don't know why people think that this deck's going to fail. It doesn't make sense to me. The deck hasn't been figured out just yet. I mean, hell, the set's not even technically out yet. So we'll have to see where things develop with the player base. And I'm waiting to see how everybody just handles this beautiful new threat. So guys, tell me, leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think. Please check out the Exodus trading card game as well down below in the description. And, well, Rainbow Robbie is out, guys. Peace. The ride never ends, guys. Make sure you enable those notifications to get the latest videos that are being posted on this channel. Make sure you guys check out VanCole40 for my Cardfight Vanguard channel. And join me and House of Champions on the Zodiac Duelist TV Twitch stream. We'll be interacting with our audiences. And please check out No Limit Gaming and LGTCG.com for the cheapest trading cards on the market. Thanks for watching, guys, and please have a good day.